The Galactic Council chamber buzzed with a nervous energy, an unusual sight considering it held some of the most stoic beings in the universe. Representatives from dozens of star systems gathered, their holographic forms flickering with anxiety. At the center of their worry was an imposing hologram of the creature known as the Maelstrom Beast. Its eyes glowed with a malevolent intelligence, its massive form a patchwork of scales and fur, a bizarre testament to evolution gone awry. The beast had been the scourge of the galaxy for decades, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. No force had managed to capture or even deter it, and its unending rampage threatened to plunge entire systems into chaos. As the council deliberated, a new voice cut through the chatter, a voice belonging to the human envoy, a man named Jack Harper. Harper was an unassuming figure compared to the other representatives, his casual demeanor and wry smile a stark contrast to the gravitas of his peers. Yet he had earned his place through a series of diplomatic successes that had earned him both respect and skepticism. The humans, after all, were newcomers to the galactic stage, and their unorthodox methods often left the more traditional species scratching their metaphorical head. "Ladies, gentlemen, and distinguished others," Harper began, leaning nonchalantly against the podium, "I propose a different approach to this beast problem." The chamber fell silent, every eye or equivalent sensory organ fixed on him. Harper's reputation for unconventional solutions was both his greatest asset and his most questionable trait. "We've tried brute force and we've tried diplomacy," he continued. "Neither has worked. But what if we've been going about this all wrong? What if the beast isn't just a mindless destroyer, but something that can be reasoned with?" A collective gasp rippled through the assembly. The notion was preposterous, yet the human's audacity was nothing if not compelling. "Reasoned with?" scoffed the representative from the Sithar Collective, a species known for their logic-driven existence. "It's a force of nature, not a sentient being." Harper shrugged, unfazed. "Maybe, but we've seen stranger things in the universe, haven't we? The key is to understand what it wants and why it's doing what it's doing." The council members exchanged glances, weighing the merits of Harper's proposal. The beast was a mystery, wrapped in an enigma, its motivations as inscrutable as its origins. But the humans had a knack for seeing things differently, and Harper's track record lent his words a certain credibility. "What do you propose, Mr. Harper?" asked the representative from the Androxian Confederacy, a race known for their strategic acumen. "Let me try to communicate with it," Harper replied. "I'll take a small team, get close enough to make contact, and see if we can't figure out what makes it tick." The idea was met with a mixture of skepticism and intrigue. The humans had a reputation for their adaptability and ingenuity, often turning impossible situations into opportunities. If anyone could find a way to reach the beast, it might just... After a tense deliberation, the council voted in favor of Harper's plan. It was a gamble, but with little else to lose, it was a risk they were willing to take. Harper nodded, accepting the responsibility with a seriousness that belied his usual laid-back demeanor. As the meeting adjourned, Harper lingered, staring at the hologram of the beast. It was a creature of nightmares, yet there was a glimmer of something in its eyes. A challenge, perhaps, or a plea. Whatever it was, Harper was determined to find out. He turned and left the chamber, the weight of the galaxy's hopes resting on his shoulders. It was a daunting task, but if there was one thing humans excelled at, it was turning the improbable into reality. As he prepared for the mission ahead, Harper couldn't help but feel a surge of excitement. The beast was a puzzle, and humanity loved nothing more than a good puzzle. The sleek silver craft known as the Serendipity hummed quietly as it glided through the vastness of space. Jack Harper stood at the helm, his eyes fixed on the swirling nebula that marked the last known location of the Maelstrom Beast. He was joined by a small crew, each member hand-picked for their unique skills and ability to think on their feet, a hallmark of humanity's unpredictable nature. Beside him, Dr. Lila Tran, a xenobiologist with an insatiable curiosity for the unknown, reviewed data on her tablet. "You really think we can talk to this thing?" she asked, her tone a blend of skepticism and hope. "I think it's worth a shot," Harper replied, glancing over at her. "We've got nothing to lose and everything to gain." At the engineering console, a young prodigy named Samir Patel was busy calibrating the ship's systems. "If we can get close enough, I've rigged the scanners to pick up any biosignatures or energy patterns that might give us a clue about its behavior," he said, not looking up from his work. "Good thinking, Samir," Harper nodded. "We'll need every advantage we can get." Their mission was as much about discovery as it was about diplomacy. The beast had eluded capture and comprehension for so long that any new information could be the key to unlocking its secrets. As they approached the nebula, the tension in the cabin was palpable, but it was underpinned by a shared determination to succeed. The Serendipity slipped into the swirling mists of the nebula, its sensors probing the area for any sign of the elusive creature. The crew worked in silence, each focused on their tasks, until a soft ping from the console broke the tension. "Got something," Samir announced, eyes widening in surprise. "It's faint, but there's definitely a life form out there, and it's big." Harper leaned over to study the readings. "That's our target. Let's see if we can make contact." Dr. Tran activated the communication array, her fingers dancing over the controls as she broadcast a series of carefully crafted signals. The idea was to establish a rudimentary form of communication, using patterns that might resonate with the beast's instincts or intelligence. For several tense moments there was no response. The crew exchanged nervous glances, the silence stretching on until it was almost unbearable. Then, just as hope began to wane, the ship shuddered with a gentle, rhythmic vibration. A response. "It's replying," Dr. Tran whispered, awe in her voice. "I think it understands." Harper grinned, a spark of triumph in his eyes. "All right, let's keep this going. Lila, see if you can decipher anything from its signals. Samir, maintain our position and keep those sensors running." The crew sprang into action, their excitement tempered by the knowledge that they were treading uncharted territory. As the exchange continued, Dr. Tran began to piece together fragments of meaning from the beast's replies. "It's not just reacting," she said, her voice tinged with wonder. "It's trying to communicate. There's a pattern here, a kind of emotional resonance. It's curious." Harper's mind raced with possibilities. If the beast was capable of curiosity, it might also be capable of understanding, even cooperation. The implications were staggering, and it fueled his determination to see the mission. As they worked, the nebula around them shimmered with ethereal light, casting an otherworldly glow over the ship. It was as if the universe itself was watching, waiting to see the outcome of this unprecedented encounter. Suddenly, the ship's alarms blared, jolting the crew from their reverie. "Incoming energy surge!" Samir shouted, scrambling to stabilize the Serendipity as the nebula crackled with raw power. The beast had emerged from the mists, its massive form looming over the ship. It was a breathtaking sight, both terrifying and majestic, and for a moment, Harper felt a pang of doubt. Had they misjudged its intentions? But as the energy surge subsided, the beast hovered in place, its eyes fixed on the tiny craft before it. There was no malice in its gaze, only a profound sense of curiosity and something else, a hint of recognition. Harper took a deep breath, his resolve hardening. "This is it, team. Let's show the galaxy what humans can do." With renewed focus, they resumed their efforts, each step bringing them closer to understanding the creature that had once been their greatest threat. It was a gamble, but one that might just pay off in ways none of them could have imagined. The Serendipity hung suspended in the nebula, its crew captivated by the sight before them. The Maelstrom Beast, a creature that had been the bane of countless worlds, now hovered just meters away, its presence filling the screen with a tapestry of scales and light. Harper felt the weight of the moment, the culmination of a journey that had defied logic and expectation. Dr. Tran continued to analyze the signals, her fingers deftly interpreting the complex language of energy and emotion. "It's responding to our patterns," she said, her voice filled with a mixture of excitement and disbelief. "There's a rhythm to it, almost like a conversation." "Can you make out anything specific?" Harper asked, his gaze never leaving the beast. "There's an element of loneliness," Tran replied, her brow furrowing in concentration. "A longing for connection. It's like it's been searching for something or someone to understand it." The revelation hit Harper like a bolt of lightning. The beast wasn't just a force of destruction. It was a sentient being, driven by the same desires and fears that motivated all intelligent life. The implications were profound, and they filled him with a renewed sense of purpose. "Let's give it something to connect with," Harper said, determination in his voice. "Samir, adjust the comm array to amplify our signals. Lila, keep translating. We need to show it that we're here to understand, not to harm." The crew worked in harmony, their actions a testament to humanity's ability to adapt and innovate under pressure. As they reached out to the beast, the nebula around them seemed to pulse in time with their efforts, a cosmic dance of light and energy. Gradually, the beast's responses grew more coherent, its signals forming a tapestry of emotions and ideas. Tran's eyes widened as she deciphered its messages, her voice tinged with awe. "It's trying to tell us about its past. It was once part of a larger entity, something vast and interconnected. But it was separated, and it's been searching for a way to reunite ever since." The story resonated with Harper, a tale of loss and longing that transcended species and culture. He could feel the beast's yearning, its desire to belong, and it struck a chord deep within him. "We can help you," Harper said softly, directing his words to the creature that loomed before them. "We understand what it's like to be alone, to search for meaning. Let us be your allies." The beast's eyes glimmered with a newfound light, a spark of hope that had been kindled by the crew's efforts. Slowly, it began to emit a series of complex patterns, its energy shifting from a chaotic storm to a harmonious symphony. "It's accepting our offer," Tran whispered, her voice filled with wonder. "It wants to join us, to learn from us." Harper felt a surge of triumph, tempered by a deep sense of responsibility. The beast was no longer an enemy, but a potential ally, a being that could enrich their understanding of the universe in ways they had never imagined. As the serendipity and the beast continued their exchange, the nebula around them shimmered with a brilliant light, a testament to the power of connection and understanding. The galaxy had once feared this creature, but now it stood on the brink of a new era, one defined by cooperation and mutual respect. The crew's efforts had transformed a nightmare into an opportunity, a testament to humanity's resilience and ingenuity. As they prepared to return to the Galactic Council with their newfound ally, Harper couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in what they had accomplished. The beast, once a terror, had become a companion, a partner in their journey through the stars. It was a testament to the power of empathy and understanding, and it filled Harper with hope for the future. With the beast by their side, the galaxy seemed a little less daunting, a little more connected. And as they set course for the council, Harper knew that they had only just begun to scratch the surface of what was possible. The universe was vast and full of wonders, and together they would explore it all. The return journey to the Galactic Council was unlike anything the crew of the Serendipity had experienced. The Maelstrom Beast, now a majestic presence alongside their craft, moved with a grace that belied its massive size. Its once feared form. As they traveled, the crew worked tirelessly to deepen their connection with the beast. Dr. Tran continued to refine their communication methods, her eyes alight with the thrill of discovery. Each interaction revealed more about the creature's past, its desires, and its remarkable capacity for learning. "It's absorbing information at an incredible rate," Tran noted, her voice filled with admiration. "It's like it's been waiting for this opportunity for so long." Harper nodded, his gaze fixed on the swirling colors of hyperspace. The beast had become more than an ally. It was a friend, a partner in their mission to foster peace and understanding across the galaxy. The transformation was nothing short of miraculous, and it filled him with a sense of purpose he had never felt before. Samir, ever the tinkerer, had rigged the ship's systems to interact more seamlessly with the beast's energy patterns. "It's like having an extra set of hands," he marveled, watching as the creature effortlessly assisted with navigation and power distribution. "I've never seen anything like it." The journey was not without its challenges, however. As they neared the Council's territory, they encountered a flotilla of ships sent to intercept them. The sight was both a reminder of the beast's fearsome reputation and a testament to the Council's cautious nature. "Let me handle this," Harper said, stepping up to the communication console. He opened a channel to the lead ship, projecting an air of calm confidence. "This is Jack Harper of the Serendipity. We're returning with the Maelstrom Beast as a willing ally. We request safe passage to the Council." There was a pause, during which the tension aboard the Serendipity was palpable. Then, a voice crackled over the comms, filled with skepticism. "You expect us to believe the beast is now an ally?" Harper smiled, undeterred. "I know it sounds improbable, but we've managed to establish communication and understanding. The beast is no longer a threat. It wants to help." Another pause, longer this time, followed by a grudging reply. "Proceed to the Council, but be warned, any sign of hostility, and we will not hesitate to engage." "Understood," Harper replied, his relief tempered by the knowledge that their work was far from over. The Council would need convincing, and it would take all of their diplomatic skills to ensure the beast was welcomed rather than feared. As they continued, the beast maintained its gentle presence, its energy a reassuring constant. Harper found himself growing fond of the creature, its intelligence and curiosity a mirror of humanity's own. Upon reaching the Council station, the Serendipity was met with a mix of awe and apprehension. Representatives from across the galaxy gathered to witness the arrival of the beast, their expressions a blend of disbelief and intrigue. Harper took a deep breath as he stepped onto the Council floor, flanked by Dr. Tran and Samir. The beast hovered outside, its form visible through the station's massive viewing port, a silent testament to the power of change. "Esteemed members of the Council," Harper began, his voice steady and clear. "We stand before you today not with a threat, but with a friend. The Maelstrom Beast, once a terror of the galaxy, has chosen to join us in our quest for peace and understanding." The Council chamber erupted into a cacophony of voices, some skeptical, others curious. Harper held his ground, his conviction unwavering. "We've communicated with the beast, learned its story, and discovered its desire to connect and learn," he continued. "It is not the mindless destroyer we once thought, but a being of intelligence and emotion, capable of cooperation and growth." Dr. Tran stepped forward, her voice filled with the passion of a scientist who had seen the impossible become reality. "We've established a means of communication, and the beast has shown a willingness to assist us in our endeavors. It is a partner, not a predator." Slowly, the mood in the chamber began to shift. The representatives, many of whom had known only fear and destruction at the hands of the beast, started to see the possibility of a new future. A future where understanding and empathy could turn enemies into allies. As the Council deliberated, Harper felt a sense of calm wash over him. They had achieved something remarkable, something that would change the galaxy forever. The beast, once a symbol of terror, had become a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of connection. With the Council's eventual acceptance, the beast would be integrated into their efforts for peace, its unique abilities harnessed for the greater good. The galaxy, once divided by fear, would be united by a shared vision of understanding and cooperation. And as Harper stood before the council, he knew that this was only the beginning of a new era, one where the improbable was possible and where the bonds of friendship could transcend even the vastness of space. The council chamber, once filled with skepticism, now buzzed with cautious optimism. Harper and his team had managed to sway the representatives with their compelling narrative of transformation. The Maelstrom Beast, visible through the massive viewing port, remained a silent testament to the power of understanding. As the session adjourned, Harper found himself surrounded by representatives eager to learn more about the creature that had once been their greatest fear. Questions flew at him from all sides, each inquiry a mix of curiosity and hope. "How did you manage to communicate with it?" asked an Androxian delegate, their multiple eyes blinking in unison. Dr. Tran stepped in, her enthusiasm evident. "We developed a system of signals that resonated with its energy patterns. It was a matter of finding common ground, something we could both understand." "And it truly wishes to aid us?" inquired a Cytherian, their logical mind wrestling with the concept of a cooperative beast. Harper nodded, his conviction unwavering. "It does. The beast has shown an incredible capacity for learning and empathy. It wants to contribute to our shared goals." The representatives exchanged glances, their expressions a mixture of disbelief and admiration. The idea of the beast as an ally was still sinking in, but Harper could see the seeds of acceptance taking. As the crowd began to disperse, Harper caught sight of the council's presiding officer, a venerable being from the Zelnaga race. The officer approached, their demeanor one of cautious respect. "Mr. Harper," they began, their voice resonant with authority. "Your actions have opened a door we never thought possible. The Council is prepared to welcome the beast into our alliance, provided it continues to demonstrate its willingness to cooperate." Harper felt a wave of relief wash over him. This was the breakthrough they had hoped for, a chance to redefine the galaxy's relationship with the creature that had once been its greatest threat. "Thank you," Harper replied sincerely. "We're committed to ensuring that this partnership benefits everyone involved." The officer nodded, their expression thoughtful. "We will need to establish protocols for interaction and integration. The beast abilities could be invaluable, but we must proceed with caution." "Agreed," Harper said. "We'll work closely with the Council to ensure a smooth transition." As they spoke, the beast continued to hover outside the station, its presence a constant reminder of the journey they had undertaken. Harper couldn't help but marvel at the creature's transformation, its willingness to embrace a new path. Later, back aboard the Serendipity, the crew gathered to reflect on their achievements. The atmosphere was one of quiet satisfaction, a shared understanding of the significance of their mission. "We did it," Samir said, breaking the silence with a grin. "We actually did it." Dr. Tran nodded, her eyes shining with pride. "It's incredible. We've turned what was once a nightmare into something truly beautiful." Harper leaned back in his chair, the weight of their success settling over him like a warm blanket. "We've shown the galaxy what's possible when we choose to understand rather than fear. The beast has become a part of something greater, and so have we." As they celebrated their victory, the beast sent a gentle ripple of energy through the ship, a gesture of gratitude and companionship. Harper smiled, feeling the connection between them deepen. In the days that followed, the integration process began in earnest. The beast, with its newfound allies, worked alongside the Council to address the challenges facing the galaxy. Its unique abilities were harnessed for exploration, defense, and diplomacy, its presence a symbol of unity and hope. The transformation was not without its challenges, of course. There were still those who harbored doubts, who feared the beast's power and its potential for destruction. But Harper and his team remained steadfast, working tirelessly to build trust and understanding. Through it all, the beast proved itself a loyal companion, its actions guided by empathy and a desire to belong. It became a bridge between worlds, a living testament to the power of change. As the galaxy slowly adjusted to this new reality, Harper found himself reflecting on the journey that had brought them here. The beast had once been a symbol of terror, a force of nature that defied comprehension. But through patience, ingenuity, and a willingness to see beyond the surface, they had uncovered its true nature. In doing so, they had not only saved countless worlds from destruction, but had also forged a bond that transcended the boundaries of species and culture. The beast had become more than an ally, it was a friend, a partner in their quest to explore the universe and its infinite possibilities. And as Harper looked out at the stars, he knew that this was only the beginning. Together, with the beast by their side, they would continue to push the boundaries of what was possible, forging a future defined by cooperation, understanding, and the unyielding spirit of exploration.